What's going on? It's Captain Sean with Catalina Crew, and I am here on the 2013 Westport 164 with Chief Officer John.
How you doing, man?
Nice to meet you, bud.
Yeah, good, thanks.
We're here to do a complete tour. We heard that this boat was previously in California. We're from California, so we're excited to check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I'll give you guys a bit of a tour in Valinour.
All right, cool, bud.
So originally she was launched in 2013 as Yacht Calyx.
Okay.
And then we're the second owner of her now. Well, our current owner is the second owner of Valinour. And for the last 5 years, she's been completely private, so not much charter usage.
Okay.
But last year we did go commercial. So we're also entering into the charter scene. It's probably best we start off up on the Sundeck.
Excellent.
And then we'll just work our way down.
Cool.
Cool, so as you can see, we're up on the Sundeck now. At the moment, we've got our rib over here, but during trips or anything like that, we wouldn't have it up here. That would be in the water all the time, so this is a nice, great big open space. The cool thing about Valinour is she's also helicopter capable. So this T-top over here, you unscrew it, and the whole aft section of the T-top folds right up, and then you can actually land the heli touch and go.
I was gonna say touch and go?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's bitchin', man.
Yeah.
Did you ride the Peloton this morning?
No, I didn't ride it this morning, no, but it's there, ready to go. So fully equipped bar. On each deck, you'll notice that there is a fully equipped bar. So like for instance, tonight we're gonna have a cocktail party up here.
Okay.
So the guys from Northrop, which is great. And then up forward over here, obviously got the hot tub. And then this seating area is really cool because this helm seats over here, you know, you got a great vantage point, especially when you're cruising through the shadows of the Bahamas or anything like that.
This is the Jaws seat.
Yeah.
Casting out for a big one. Yeah, man, this is like the peripheral view is awesome.
Yeah.
Just for this boat being the age it is, it looks so clean.
Yeah, the guys or everybody sort of puts in the effort and just keeps it the best as possible. So she is 2013 and most of the paintwork is original.
Still?
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
there has been places where we've just touched up here and there, but the majority of the paintwork is completely original.
Yeah, well, it shows really good. It looks really good. How long you been on the boat?
I've been on the boat 16 months now. So yeah, going on 2 years soon.
And where have you guys gone?
I joined them in Australia. So we were in Australia when I joined, and then we did the South Pacific, then the West Coast, so we're Costa Rica, Panama, Mexico, and then we're up in San Diego for a while.
Okay.
And then last year, October, headed back this way for the Fort Lauderdale boat show. And now we've sort of just been hanging around here, between here and the Bahamas.
And you guys were underway by yourselves?
Yeah.
No container ship, anything like that?
So on the way to the Pacific, we went on our own bottom across to Australia, and then on the way back, we got it shipped over. Just less wear and tear on the boat. We put on a ship and then
Badass,
back.
man.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah. So let's head down through here. Then I'll show you the master cabin.
The hidden compartment.
Cool.
Yeah, that's some real James Bond stuff right there.
Yeah, so we'll head on through here. So Valinour is quite unique compared to the other 164 meter Westports, or 164 foot Westports, sorry. Reason being is during the build, the previous owner of Calyx had this as the master cabin instead of the master cabin down on the main deck.
Okay.
So all the other 164, they'll have their master cabin down on the main deck, whereas Valinour's got it up here. Which is a great touch in my opinion, because essentially you can have this whole deck as a private deck.
Yeah, then you're isolated.
Exactly, you can isolate yourself, so you can come out over here.
You have your own yacht within your own yacht.
Yeah, so you can come out over here, you've got your private little terrace, and then if you head around the back, then essentially you can have this whole deck as your private area, whereas if the master's down in the main deck, it just differs a little bit, and for me it's a much better touch having it up here.
Yeah, dude. I love the feeling of teak on my feet.
Yeah, especially nice clean teak.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's the real work, is putting in to keep the teak.
Yeah.
The bright work looking so good.
Cool, and then we can head through here, which we call our Sky Lounge, which is essentially the master cabin lounge or the upper VIP lounge. And if you're feeling lucky.
Yeah. When you're in international waters, the money comes out.
Yeah. This thing spins forever. I just gonna slow it down sometime.
That's what the casino does too. So they can take your money.
Yeah.
Let's see what it's got. Is that thing weighted for the boat?
No, just
28.
Left 28. Yeah.
It's not my lucky number. I like how this is kind of like classic. It's got like a classic vibe.
Yeah, it's nice. All the nice like dark finish, finish varnish.
The whale tail?
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah. So all the varnish work on the interior is all still original from the build too. So it's been, you know, kept up to pretty good standards.
No, this looks amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
If you're interested in seeing the bridge, we can head out through this way.
That's the honey hole.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we are as captain yourself. Yeah.
Well, I like how it's still got an old school wheel. Like on some of the newer boats we were talking about it's like the wheel's like this big.
Yeah, exactly.
It just feels weird.
Doesn't feel right.
You don't, even if you don't use it, it just doesn't look right.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly.
The aesthetics.
We've obviously got the old school wheel for non-follow-up, and then also.
It's when you're heeling hard.
Yeah, and then we also just got follow-up, so that's direct to the rudder either way.
We have a boat in Los Angeles. It's actually from 1930 that we oversee. 130 footer. And that's the rudder control. Even on the 1930, they implement that. And then you have MTUs.
Yeah.
How many hours are on the motors?
I'd have to double check that with the chief engineer. But as she was private, there isn't really a whole bunch on it.
You know,
MTU 4000s, 2 of them.
Some of the boats that we've done tours on, they're just launched last year with like over 2,000 hours on them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know.
Moving up and down. We'll head out over here. We'll just go do a quick loop around the bow.
We got our chart of the Bahamas.
Yeah, well, that's just sort of the Florida Straits for the channels. Cool.
And then when you guys are actually, so see how tight and confined of a space this is? What are you guys doing as a crew to get this boat into its actual slip?
Driving it in.
Yeah, which is bumpers holding them out just to make sure.
Yeah. So when we came in here, it also depends on the wind and the tide, because the tide rips quite a bit.
That's what people have been telling me. It's crazy over here.
It's quite interesting coming in here. So you always want to try to get it on the slack tide. So either on the change of low or high, just so the push is not too much. But when we were coming in, we had tide on us and then wind from the other direction. So it was sort of, it was tight. It was a tight squeeze.
Yeah, and like you can just see, look how tight they are compared to the boat next to them.
So we came in first, and then the other guys started piling in. But you can see these steel pylons that they have running all the way through just to get the mooring lines onto them. So that's what was tricky, because when we were coming in, we were trying to like ride along the pylons and then sort of pivot around and then up against the dock.
And then you throw a loop around that pylon.
Yeah.
So you're trying to like lasso it while you're coming by?
Get the guys on the loop, and then just pull back, make sure those stay nice and tight, and then pull back onto the dock.
Yeah.
It was an interesting one coming in. It was good though.
Yeah, that's a lot of people don't understand like the actual like behind the scenes stuff that goes on to get these boats where they need to be.
Yeah, they just see them in all their glory and
exactly when it's all buffed out.
Yeah. So we'll head straight back inside.
Cool.
And then we'll head down into the galley, which we've got a nice big open space galley. Just going to close this door quick.
No problem.
Cool. And then we'll just go straight down into the galley.
It smells good.
Cooking up our lunch.
What's going on, bud?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Naka.
Sean, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Cool. So as you can see, this nice big galley for this size boat. It's a really nicely laid out, sort of country kitchen style, nice and open.
With the island? Yeah.
Exactly. So if there's any guest interaction, a lot of the time the guests love to interact with the chef while he's doing his thing and get that going. So just around the corner, you'll find that there's the dry stores.
Thank you.
And a big
Oh, you got the
freezer
Sub-Zeros?
space, and then just a walk-in fridge.
How long can you guys stay out at a time with provisions that you have on board?
Quite a while. We've been out to sea. Obviously, if we come in, we restock, but that's however much food we can fit in here. So we can get a lot in here.
No, yeah, this is like industrial, like restaurant sized.
Yeah, exactly.
How many crew do you guys have?
We run with 11 crew, and we can hold 15 guests in total, but with regulations for chartering, it's 12. So you can sleep 15, but due to regulations, we're only allowed to carry 12 when we're out at sea.
I got you.
Yeah.
In California, most of the boat owners think you can run a 100-foot boat with one crew. Captain, that's it.
Yeah. We'll head down into, well, we can have a quick look around here, which is our main salon. The girls have an awesome table setting going.
And you guys are gonna have a party tonight? Northrop party?
Northrop party, yeah.
Cool. Down the rabbit hole, cocktails. Oh, Cheshire. Yeah. So they're doing an Alice in Wonderland theme?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Really cool.
Yeah, and whatever else you'd like to show us, man, we really appreciate it.
Down into the lower staterooms and then
the engine room.
Go way back up and then down through the engine room.
Cool. So where's your favorite place you've been on the boat so far since you've been 16 months on here?
Yeah, Australia was pretty cool. But probably for me, Costa Rica, man.
Did you go surfing?
Yeah. Yeah, so Witches and Pavones, which is awesome. And then we hung out in Papagayo for a while. The diving, the fishing, the surfing, everything's just great, man. Yeah.
Well, that's what we've been trying to tell people about, the West Coast. It's awesome, but there's not a lot of spots to actually, dock your boat or to go into port in some areas, and that's why.
So Mexico's got a whole bunch,
Yeah, La Paz.
La Paz. So we sat in La Paz for like a month and a half, which is also pretty cool because not much surfing.
La Paz is sweet, man.
But the diving was pretty good. But yeah, Costa Rica's like Papagayo, Golfito, for both seasides you can get in there. And then Papagayo is not too far from Witches Rock, so if they are interested in surfing, Witches is always good. Yeah.
Well, hopefully soon enough in Marina Del Rey we'll have big accommodations for big yachts.
So this is our forward guest cabin, forward lower guest cabin. As you can see now, it's set up for a 4-sleeper with the singles. But these are actually Pullmans, so they can go up and in.
Yep.
And then this converts into just, however many you want, really. So you can have it as the 4, just the 2,
man.
3.
Bathroom's cool.
Yeah.
Does this boat have stabilizers and gyros?
Yes, no gyros, just stabilizers though. No stabilizers, yeah.
Stabilizers are the ones.
Yeah. Cool. And then I'll show you these cabins too. This one's actually really cool because similar to that, it's very convertible. So it's got it as the 2 singles at the moment, but then that can come out and you can add another bunk there.
Okay.
Or you can remove that and then put.
Make it an actual bed, a full bed, king bed.
Make it a king.
What's the significance behind the name Valinour? Do you know?
So Valinour is a mythical place, sort of from Lord of the Rings. Well, it is from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah. So it's really just a fictional place.
Okay.
Lord of the Rings is between heaven and hell, where the Elvins.
I got you.
The Elven land.
It's kind of like Erewhon.
Yeah. Cool. And then I'll show you these aft cabins. So the 2 aft cabins are they're pretty much a mirror image of each other. It's just the decor is different.
But we were thinking about getting a parrot. Then I was told not to.
They live long, man.
Yeah. I'm not.
It gets, unless you really like the squawking.
It was more for brand awareness, I think.
Cool, and then we'll head back up here.
Where are you guys heading after the yacht show?
We'll head back down to Fort Lauderdale. We'll probably hang out at Fort Lauderdale for a bit, and then up and down to the Bahamas.
Sweet. Do you guys go to the Med too?
We don't go to the Med, no. Well, we've got the capability of going.
Yeah, for sure.
We haven't gone.
This button?
Yeah. There we go.
Magic.
And we'll go down through into the engine room.
Thank you.
Cool. Sit down. Stacey.
Hello. How you doing? Good morning.
Good.
This is where the sun's at.
I know, I'm trying to hide it.
It's nice.
Cool. So back here you'll notice it is actually a tender bay. So you've got the beam crane that can come out of here, and you can actually keep a tender in here. But we've just got it for storage at the moment. It's got all our boards, all the lots of fish gear at the back. We've got kite gear at the back there, all the wakeboards, surfboards.
Yeah.
And then foils. We've got quite a bit of foils, inflatable kayaks. You know, we've got a whole
I got
heap
you.
of nice stuff. play with.
Yeah, I see the lift board right here.
Yeah, so we've actually got 2 of them. So inside this case over here is those are the lift batteries.
Yeah, that's
the lithium-ion batteries can be quite dangerous. So we keep them in these cases.
No, that's cool.
Which have a special foam on the inside of them. So if they do happen to catch fire, this foam sort of melts and smothers the battery.
That is sweet. So we're partners with the jetboard company Awake.
Okay.
They actually make foils too, but they're just electric jet boards, and that's always the problem we find is when you want to fly them somewhere.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly,
Like if you want to go somewhere cool and remote, you can't get the battery there unless you fly it like on a freight plane.
Yeah. That's the problem. The batteries are great, you know, they're very powerful and long lasting, but
Volatile.
it's so volatile, man. And there's a whole, so on the yachts, it's obviously a big problem because so much stuff uses lithium-ion batteries. Even
yeah, all that stuff.
It's everything.
And one of those little fires can cause, and that's for insurance. It's like a trickle-down thing.
Exactly. So insurance reasons and also just safety reasons. There's a lot of MGNs with marine guidance notes out now on batteries and stuff like that. And as you still notice, those cases, our contingency plan is obviously it's not great, but
I do like those cases are sweet.
Should hold it. If not, grab that box and toss it overboard. So this is our engine control room, or ECR.
It's clean. I like that.
Yeah, you'll notice everywhere around here is pretty clean.
I know, dude. That's good. I dig that.
Yeah. So our chief engineer Kelly, this is his little station where
where's he from?
He's from Utah. Utah originally, and then Southern California. So he's originally Utah and then grew up in Southern California.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I believe this was probably the engine room?
Exactly. So we can go straight through here.
That's a unique door lock.
Yeah, nice watertight and fire-tight door.
Yeah.
So the MTU 4000s.
So each motor's 4,000 horse?
No, so that 4,000 is just a series.
Okay.
But each engine, or each main engine's got 3,650 horsepower.
So almost 4, yeah, because we have, on one of the boats back, we have the 2000s, the MTU 2, and I think they're like 1,300 horse or something like that.
Yeah, so this is the 4,000 series.
Dude, this heat exchanger is insane.
Massive, yeah. Everything, even the turbos I have are huge.
Twin turbo, yeah, so so when you have this, when the second turbo starts kicking in, that's when you watch your fuel gauge go like this.
Exactly. So we're pretty economical. So at our cruising speed at like 1100 RPM, cruising speeds between, depending on currents and wind and stuff, between 12 and 14 knots.
Okay.
15. And then that's our most economical. Then we're burning 90 gallons an hour.
In
so that's both main engines and then including the generator.
That's not that bad at all.
Not bad at all. Yeah.
What's the range on this boat?
Depends how fast we're going and how much we're bending the sticks, but around 3,000, 3,500. We can get 5,000, but then you're going to be going like 5 knots.
Yeah.
But our most economical, probably around 3,000 miles.
Got to pick it up. I love how you guys got the ladder right on top.
Yeah.
Got to make space work.
Yeah, exactly.
That's perfect.
So you'll notice that the sensor gen over here is what we call our night gen. It's a bit smaller, so the Northern Lights is 65 kilowatts.
Okay.
But when there's not much running around the boat, that's, you can run in the evenings, just keep it a bit more quiet.
Yeah, and plus it's in the middle of the boat, so less sound.
Exactly, and then on the outside, it's the 2 bigger gens, and they're 99 kilowatts each.
Damn, those are big dogs.
All 3, we've got the capability of seamlessly linking them all 3 together, so if you really need a lot of power, then you can link them all.
Why would you need all 3? Like how much draw would you need to use all 3?
If you're using what we call dual clutch, so that's bow thrusters, bow and stern. So we've got a stern thruster too. If you want to use those, like if there's really hairy conditions, if you want to use them
for an extended period of time,
that draws a lot of power.
Okay.
So then we'll seamlessly, not so much the middle one, but we'll load up both the outboard gens, and then we can crank up.
See, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This table right here is in the engine room, and it could be in the galley. That's how clean it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody takes great pride in
even the valve covers are freaking sweet.
Yeah. And then we'll take you through what we call our equipment room.
Is this for your, when you're doing oil changes?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what these are for right here. This is where you suck the oil. How many 55-gallon drums are in those motors?
There's lots, yeah. But we've also got clean oil holding tanks on board. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then straight through here is what we call our equipment room.
Oh, yeah.
Got the Atlas water makers.
Yeah, this is the desalinator water maker.
Yeah.
So you guys can make your own water and drink it?
Oh, yeah.
And also, like, so you don't have hard water for, like, washing the boat?
So, the water makers, or the water that comes through, or comes from the water makers is obviously just not much minerals in it.
Yeah.
But then you can also run it through our DTS.
Check that
It
thing.
runs everything through the DTS. And then we've got another filtration system. So we're trying to minimize plastic usage. So we, instead of like, a lot of yachts are still buying plastic water bottles.
Yeah.
We've just got filtration systems everywhere. And we've got a water fountain inside that the crew can just fill their bottles up.
We got a plan to solve that.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
And then the water makers, each one of those can make 2,800 gallons an hour.
Damn.
I'm not an hour, sorry, 24 hours. And then our dive locker.
Yeah, your dive?
Yeah.
I saw that. So you got a dive compressor on here.
Exactly, so just at the back there, just below the DCS was our dive compressor, so we can just do our own filling and full range of BCDs and regulators and everything you need for diving.
I know, it's amazing to see how many systems are on a boat, and they all have to work together.
They all have to work together,
Yeah.
they all have to work to make everything work.
And it's just like, things go wrong, man. And then you got your chillers here.
Yeah, exactly, so the chiller plants for obviously keeping the boat cool.
Yeah, this is your...
tomato chiller plants, 3 of them, and they can, if it's really warm, they'll run simultaneously together, but as you can see now, none of them are running because it's quite cold outside. So these are frequency drives, and then that's for each chiller plant. But it's quite chilly outside.
Yeah, the ambient temperature, so it's just pretty much blowing air.
Exactly, yeah, just circulating. And then we'll head out here.
Oh, and then you got right here is your emergency tiller in case you lose power.
Yeah, in case we lose our steering, we've got something.
You got to drive down here in case you lose steering.
Yeah, so you got
on the walkie.
Yeah, so there's comms directly to the bridge, and then you got your rudder angle indicator, and whoever's up in the bridge, will most likely the captain will be up there. He'll be like, okay, change to port, change to starboard. And
That's nice to have, but just hope you never have to use it. And there you have it, Valinour. Chief Officer John.
Cool. Thank
Appreciate
you
it. Thank you so much. Hey, anytime you're in Los Angeles, you look us up.
Definitely will do.
Captain Sean, Catalina crew, live to tell the tale. On to the next one.